Yes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Cody with Blood Money MMA Bets here with my boy Manny from MMA Fight Club. How you doing, Manny? Oh shit.
I'm so baked, but but what just happened there needs to be discussed. You need to tell everyone what
Yes.
just happened. Like that
So,
just
like they say, man, never let them know your next move. We got MMA Fight Club, Manny from MMA Fight Club here tonight instead of Johnny. Johnny had an emergency come up. So luckily my boy stepped in. Everybody go check out his channel, subscribe to his channel, check out his Twitter and his Instagram.
appreciate you.
Yeah, we just did maybe about 24 minutes of the show that wasn't live because I'm computer retarded. So I was wondering why the chat wasn't firing up, bro. I'm like, what's going on?
So me and Cody have been talking for a good 25 or so minutes.
Great combo.
We've been also responding to the chat as if we were having a conversation with the chat. Meanwhile, the live button wasn't pushed. So
no, because I'm new onto the computer thing. So as far as doing these live, so I did that 30-second countdown, and we assumed
we learned
that it
today.
went live, and it did not go live. So there's that. But yeah, appreciate everybody showing up. Fisherman, we got Fisherman in the chat. We got my boy Carlos in the chat. Duncan's in the chat. Everybody, they've been chatting for a while. Sorry to keep you guys waiting that long.
Yeah, our bad.
Yeah, like I said, Johnny had a little emergency, so he had to get out a little early, or he couldn't make it, so I had to find somebody to get on. But luckily, we found another great co-host, King of Dana White's Contender Series, Pick'ems and Bets.
We're trying.
Killing it. What's your record in the last 2 weeks?
Well, the last 2 weeks we're technically 8-10 if you want to be technical, but people have given us credit for going 5-5, not this week, but last week. But it depends on what video you watched. On our short clips, what we call Swift Picks video, I'm sorry, we went 5-5 on there for all 5 picks 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
But in the long breakdown, I will have to admit that we were torn on the Galadze versus Darius Flowers fight, and we were actually on Galadze in the long breakdown. We changed our mind before the fight started. We changed our mind the right way, so we kind of went 5-5, kind of. This past week we went 4-5. We got the one fight wrong, being the Silva fight. Damn, women's MMA.
So close too, man. Yeah, so close to her. With it, as soon like when you seen that girl's leg go out, you're like, oh shit. But terrible takedown defense. That Silva girl had terrible takedown.
Terrible
defense.
Fighter IQ, which we're going to talk about that in some of the fights on this card. When you have young fighters, they tend to make
mistakes.
Yeah, they make boo-boos, right? So
that's how they learn and get better and get that experience. But unfortunately, usually it's at the cost of us betters, man.
Oh my God, it's the worst sometimes.
Got some great people in the chat. We got Papa Chuck here. Appreciate him showing up, dude. He's got great stuff on Twitter and stuff, man. I enjoy him a lot. My boy Sicky does MMA. Everybody go check out his channel on Twitter and YouTube too. He knows what he's talking about, and he's hilarious on Twitter, dude. Hilarious.
Any action? It's good, dude.
Second shout out to you, Any Action.
Yeah, we did the first time.
What's up, Effie? Yeah, everybody, man, go check out Effie's channel, dude. Great channel, great picks, great show. I like the whole show and everything, and he's definitely one of the better cappers.
Hey, Paul, I'm just a substitute today, so do not freak out. You're gonna get the beautiful Johnny hands, the hands in the glass case, the hand model. You'll have him back next week. I'm just here this week, so don't freak out. He's just taking a sabbatical.
Great fill-in substitute teacher. He brought his projector screen. He's got the projector. He's going to roll in here in a little bit. Papa Chuck said, Manny, don't let Flowers hear that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Dude's
what do you mean? Flowers what? Flowers is my man. We had him on the show. Okay, so if you don't know, can I flex?
Yep, flex. Okay. Yeah, it's a great flex.
All right, so basically, if you didn't tune in yesterday, well, put it this way. Yesterday already happened, so let's move forward. Next Tuesday, 7:30 p.m., the pre-fight show for Dana White Contender Series. Come through, check it out. We have special guests on the show, like UFC fighters coming through for the pre-fight show. That's 7:30 p.m. Eastern to 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Next week's going to be really good. We're going to have a few famales coming through, some hot UFC girls coming through on the pre-fight show. And then we roll into the actual watch party at 8 o'clock p.m. So last week was pretty good. And Flowers was on the show. So no one's going to tell me that me and Flowers have any beef. That's my dude.
Right. Yeah, dude. He's a savage too, man. That dude is good. I like him. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that show tonight. It sucks. Everything comes on when I'm going to work, and I literally drive through the mountains when I'm going to work, so I
You
get
know
no
what?
internet service.
I'm podcasting everything wherever you get your podcasts. So I'll podcast that one too, dude. Because almost all my stuff, the live stuff is a little bit different, but I try to podcast everything. So it's a little bit easier sometimes instead of doing the whole YouTube thing. You
Is
can
it
do
on
a podcast.
Spotify?
Wherever you get your podcast, dude.
Okay.
Wherever you get your podcast, you just type in MMA Fight Club, you'll see our content there.
Heck yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Everybody go check that out. If you want the best stats in the game, like literally best stats, some of the best information you're gonna get, go to his channel. You'll learn everything you need to know about these fighters, and you can tell he puts in a ton of time for it too.
Appreciate you, man.
Yo, no problem. Appreciate all the hard work you put in. We got Houdini Beats. He said, "What's up, guys? What's up, Houdini? Appreciate you showing up, man." Luke said, "Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up, Luke?" Papa Chuck, you said you took the other side of the Flowers fight. Yeah,
I mean, exactly. I'm being honest, Papa Chuck. And it's out there, so I can't hide from it. In the long breakdown, I felt that the Georgian fighter Galata would have the advantage over Flowers. That's how I felt. It was, and the big issue I had with that fight was the money line, because Galata was like at -300. I'm like, -300 for a young buck,
right,
against this black guy who's freaking black athletic guy. I emphasize black in a positive way, just a savage athlete. I'm like, wait a second, anything's possible, right? Yeah. And anything possible happened. Some fluke shit happened, and Galate broke his shoulder. And so luckily for me, there's another video that went out that everyone else, I guess, saw that said that I actually chose Flowers. So,
is that what happened? Did he break his shoulder?
I don't know what happened. I don't think it was dislocation, because it didn't look dislocated. I heard rumors that possibly like he actually broke something in there. So
yeah, Fisherman. Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Range is here from Capra Comparisons. What's up,
Range?
Oh yeah,
that's my familia.
Yeah, oh yeah. One of the best guys in the game, man. One of the nicest guys. Everybody go check out his channel. Check out Manny and Range's live show on Friday night. It's awesome, interactive.
I'll be there on Friday with my man Ranj, great dude, along with his captain or his co-captain,
Dave.
Dave's a legend, dude.
Love Dave. Dave's awesome. Yeah, man. Hopefully, maybe if they call me off of work, dude, I'll be able to.
You could like, jump it. Yes, that'd be great, dude. I mean, I've told Ranj before too. If I have to like take a step out and you jump in for me, like something like that, because like we only have so many people in the room. I get that, but right? I'm down for that, dude. I'll always tap out if you know.
No, dude, that show is freaking awesome. We got Fisherman said, "Where are you from, Cody?" I'm from Ohio, kind of by Cleveland, but I live in Kentucky now. I drive through the mountains here in Kentucky.
That's scandalous, dude.
Yeah, it's nice though. They cut a whole road out through the mountain. It's the coolest thing when I see it. I don't know what the mountains are. I guess I'm in Western Kentucky, but I know Appalachia's Eastern.
Appalachian.
So
I was gonna say Appalachian Trail goes through that region, right?
Yo. Victor said, "Late shout out to Cody. I hit the lottery at UFC 277 due to some of your analysis." Hell yeah, man. That was yeah. I wish I would have switched out Costa with Usman. That seemed like an easier win, you know.
Well, hindsight, yeah. Yeah.
Sicky
I mean, listen, Usman won the fight, dude. He won the fight.
Like I predicted it 90% of the way. I mean, I didn't see that first. I knew the first round was going to be tough, but the rest of it, we predicted perfect. And yeah, man, that was awesome. It really was. It was something. At least it was
amazing. Even if you lost some money there, it was just a tremendous situation. All of it surprising, amazing. Now we get a trilogy. So
yep, and hopefully in England, which would be wild.
Yes.
My boy Sicky said, "I'm on a good run." Haha. He said, "I say beginner's luck. 9 out of 10 MMA events profit plus 14 units."
Okay.
He's killing it. He's killing it.
Sicky.
And he knows the stuff because he's always checking out stuff. He's always on post. You know what I mean? So he's seeing all the new information, all that. Boy, Herb Dean is here. What's up, Herb? He said, "Damn, Johnny shaved his head." Yeah.
Johnny did?
No, we saying you.
Oh.
Because they're all shocked because this was a little late replacement.
That's true. I'm a substitute teacher. Johnny is okay. He was just being called to duty tonight, had a bit of emergency, so he'll be back next week.
My boy Carlos, and this is the one I shouted out too. We was talking about before anybody got to hear us, but my boy Carlos said, "This lemon cherry is fire. Got me betting Bonoy by sub, and Imavov Buckley fight doesn't go distance plus 464." That's a good odds. I like that, man. I like that.
We were talking about the lemon cherry earlier, but you couldn't hear us because that was the pre-fight show that we thought was being recorded that actually wasn't recorded. So
the pre-fight, yeah, man. We yeah, that sounds phenomenal though. Papa Chuck, he said, Rand, he said, Picks good to hear you are cutting back on the YouTube shows, enjoying your life during the week. There are too many lopsided fights to review. Exactly. Yeah, seen Rand saying that, and it's true. I mean, some of these fights you don't. I mean, Tyson Pedro versus Hunsucker and stuff like that. Like,
yeah, I mean, some of them are, and that gets back to like we talked about, a video. Let's say a video library of sorts. When you're watching through video, you're sort of compiling a list of fighters, and sometimes you have to acknowledge some of it is just complete waste of your life.
right?
You're actually watching just a terrible mixed martial arts fight, and maybe yeah, and it's maybe something. I do like this though, and I'm also putting this together. I thought of like some kind of a low light highlight film because some of the shit you come across. You posted something the other day, right, Cody?
Oh, dude, the Ginger with the intent to injure. That was his nickname. Greatest nickname I ever see. I mean, that might be the best one. The Ginger with the intent to injure. That's comedy. I seen that. I'm like, ain't no fucking way.
Dude,
ain't no way.
You only see that if you're doing the deep research. And so, yeah, Cody came across that guy recently. And you see fights, like you see fights in gymnasiums, like elementary school gymnasiums, it looks like. You see fights where people are walking around the cage, a few feet from the cage, not even watching the fight, and people are getting finished. It's just all kind of random shit, dude.
That's Eileen Gomez. Go watch her fights, dude. Like they're giving her popcorn in between rounds and shit. It is fucking all of them. All of them.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, we
gotta. Yes. Yeah, Papa Chuck is right, dude. You gotta enjoy the life a little bit too, Capper. You work your ass off. You got family and everything. So yeah, sometimes a step back is actually a step forward.
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Let's see. Capper Compare said thanks. Siki said, I really love Taha KO prop plus 400. Stuck a unit on that. Let's make some cash, boys. And I like that. I think people's gonna laugh at me. Like people. When I post my bets on like Instagram or Twitter, like if I pick all the big favorites, I get 125 likes. When I post my bets that I mean, you do more research and pick, I don't get as many, but they hit. But yeah, man, I picked the Taha under 2.5 plus 170. And
let me ask you, are you guys seeing that line available? Why am I not seeing that?
Which one? The plus 400?
Who is Taha fighting?
He's fighting a Quinones, and Quinones is
okay. I'm just decent, okay. That's what I thought because I see it now showing up. No, my bad. I was on the wrong fight. I saw Taha listed against Taylor still. My bad.
Yeah, and that's the other dudes on short notice against him too. And like, man, Taha, dude, he knocks out and beats down. Like, I'm not saying Quinones is lower level, but he's not Hani Barsolas or what was the other dude, Sergey Morozov. Like, he's not them dudes. And Taha busts them dudes' heads, and Quinones in his 3 losses to lower level guys got finished in all 3. So. I like that play, Siki, for sure. We practice. What's up?
I was gonna say this guy Christian Quinones, his chest tattoo just got out of control.
Terrible, terrible. This like the Wish Conor McGregor from the Wish Sean O'Malley. Shit, man.
I don't even know
because Sean O'Malley's like the Wish Conor McGregor, and then you take it down to.
It got out of control. I think he started with one idea, and then it just.
Went into everything when he got into
but I do want to say this. You said 3 fights that he lost, he got KO'd, huh? Oh, rear naked choke.
I think, finished.
And 2 punches 2 times. But I mean, the Mexican thing is always, always a factor, right? Those Mexicans tend to like to fight.
Tough. Yeah, they're tough, I'm sure. But Taha's been fighting the best in the world for a while, and he even got a little bit of submission. I think that he can hurt Quinones. But well, here we'll start these fights because we got about an hour. We got about an hour left. The first fight, which we already went over pretty good, but was William Gomez versus Jarno Aarons. In this fight, I'm picking Gomez to win by decision. I think both of these dudes are really good. They're really well-rounded prospects out of Europe. They're both like top prospects out of Europe. Aarons has really good striking. He can be taken down and held down. I've seen him as 1 loss, and I didn't like that about him. I think Gomez will have the grappling advantage here. I don't know if he's just going to be able to take him down easy, hold him down or nothing like that. But if there is a takedown, I believe it would be Gomez getting it. And I just think if Gomez stays safe, he's going to be a little taller, a little longer. I think that he can get the decision here. I wanted to bet the over, but I wasn't offered it at my casino yet.
Well, we talked off the line about this a little bit, and both fighters are fairly evenly matched. And just to take a little conversation piece that we had before was young fighters 25, 27, you're going to have more variance in these fights. You're going to have situations that should not usually happen amongst fighters that have more cage experience. Even though they have about 25 or so fights or 27 or so combined fights, they're still very young, haven't competed against good competition. You can expect big improvements. And so at minus 220, I would not advise betting on Gomez at all on the money line. To win the fight probably happens. He's got a taller fighter, but I think the best bets here are the distance bets, like over 1.5, which is like minus 180 on some books, over
Right.
2.5. I do wonder though, when a taller fighter is the better wrestler, I'm always curious about that because Aarons is shorter, hasn't showed wrestling ability.
Right.
But yeah, I think you want to stay away from this in terms of how much you invest, and if you're going to put it into a lottery parlay, then I guess you choose Gomes, bigger fighter, and he is from France, and this is being held in Paris. The other fighter is from Netherlands, so he has home court advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I agree with all that. I think they're both tough too and durable. You know what I mean? And Gomez probably has more of the submission threat, but Aaron's don't look like he's a fish out of water on the ground.
We talked about this too, like submissions, like that's very interesting to me. So if you want to delve into like whatever conspiracy theories about like not conspiracies, but like the idea that there's a lot of variance here, right? So that anything's possible. Aaron's by submission is plus 900. Is it possible someone gives up their back and makes a mistake? It happened in the first fight of the night on Contender Series this past Tuesday, where Morgan comes in there and just got clipped a little bit. He got clipped, he got hurt in the feet, but by doing so, then gives up back control, and next thing he gets rear naked choked
out. Yeah,
this happens all the time. So, is there a world where someone gets a submission here? Yeah, so submission win for Aaron's is plus 900. Submission win for Gomez is plus 700.
Yeah, yeah, club and sub could definitely be possible. And Gomez, man, I mean, Gomez honestly could if he can get some takedowns and get some control, he could finish him. I think Gomez has a couple subs on his record. He definitely is the better grappler.
Looking at his build, he's taller. He has a round 1 guillotine choke. We just saw a guy on Contender Series get guillotine choked in the 4th fight of the night quickly, like a long, tall fighter just catching someone. So he has 1 guillotine I can see recently. Only 1 submission in his career, but only a handful of fights anyway. But yeah, either way, I think if you want to bet these fights with some excitement, you want to like play the angles and just enjoy the fights, like, put a few sprinkles on these long shot props. And then if you're going to bet the fight seriously, I think you just look at the over 1.5, over 2.5.
Yeah, I like that. I wanted to bet the over. Like I said, my casino didn't offer it. And then I seen the line went down. It was even money. I seen the line went down, but like you said, man, 2 young dudes making their UFC debut, man, they're more likely to try something big, maybe make a mistake. So Papa Chuck said word on the street is Gomez, because I heard of these dudes in this like other fights calling him Gomez. Yeah, Gomi? But he said Gomi, Takanori style.
French. Oh, Gomez. His name is Gomez.
Gomez. And if you say anything in a French accent, you gotta go, hey, like you gotta Gomez. Like that's what's funny. You can't
like for the Canadians. Hey buddy.
Hey buddy. I used to go to Canada all the time. I love Canada. Up to Windsor and go gamble and stuff.
Canada's awesome.
Yeah. Fisherman said Morgan sucked. He looked good at first, and then
let me tell you, I hate when those fights don't play out because we really don't know who would have won. And so it's like someone gets clipped early or submitted early. You're like, oh, it's excitement, but it's like I wish I could have seen 2 rounds because then you could actually see who the better fighter is. And so we don't know.
Right. That's like with like Yair. Well, okay, with Aspinall Blades, we definitely don't know who the better fighter is. But like with a fucking Usman and Edwards, I think we know who the better fighter is. But I think we know who has
all right,
better
so
power.
Let me get on my soapbox about this fight because a lot of stuff on Twitter sphere or MMA social sphere was, the people that bet on Edwards were like, they were happy, they were excited. And that's okay to be happy and excited because if you bet on him, you won. But the idea that it went any which way, shape, or form that you had
predicted, like him to get dominated for about 20 or about 19 minutes, 51.
Yeah. Like that wasn't part of the game plan. And my daughter gave me a great quote. and I think Cody, this is her quote. I never heard it before, but she said to me when I told her the example of that fight, she said to me, "You can't be right for the wrong reasons."
Ah,
And I
jeez.
and I said, "Sasha, her name's Sasha." I said, "Sasha, did you ever? Where's that from?" She said, "I just thought of it." And I'm like, "That's a great frequent quote, but it's true. Like, it's okay to celebrate that you won."
Yeah.
But I want to see the guy's bet ticket who bet in round 4, round 5 on Leon Edwards, the live bet.
I want to see
the guy who
right? Yeah, no shit.
the
I
guy
want to
who
see
put a live bet for some serious cheddar in round 4, round 5, when at that point in the fight it was clearly going to Usman.
right, but man, like man, I'm happy for the dudes that had Leon Edwards because I guarantee that was such an awesome moment because you're just defeated and then all of a sudden, boom. So, and it's a fight game. So, and I still won $20 on the night, so I wasn't too mad. And we witnessed history and everybody that did bet Edwards, man, great job and collected
And I was
some
happy
good
for
money
Edwards.
too.
Like post fight, the whole Edwards like interviews and stuff and his reaction, like you can't help but just be happy.
He's a good dude. I've always, if you watch his interviews and stuff before, he's funny. He's a good dude, man. Like they were asking him about how Usman wanted to fight Canelo, and he was like, "I would never do that." He's like, "I'm not stupid." He was like, "He'll beat me up in boxing," but like I get it, they want money, but yeah. F, you said Jarno got dropped by a 5'8" dude. Yeah, shake my So Dumas was definitely my favorite fighter of the night. Dumas was awesome. That was awesome. He that was a good story. Everything.
Yeah, the story is crazy. So you know me. I'm like Adam Schefter over here.
Deep dive.
I already have communicated with Dumas, so I'm trying to have him on the show because this whole thing about how his car got shot like 92 times and he got shot 8 times in the car and lived. I'm like, yo, dude, I want to hear all about this. So I'm trying to get him on my show.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I can't wait to see these interviews, man. You do great interviews.
We're trying.
Great channel. Like, can't wait till I get enough time to be able to just because you dude, like everybody, but definitely if you're doing DFS, Dana White Contender Series stuff, check out man. Hey, you guys know what's funny? I was gonna put this on Twitter and I haven't because people probably think I'm joking or lying, but I'm gonna actually ask you guys real quick. There's 2 things I want to know what they mean. I think I kind of know, but I don't. All right. So what is when people say they're DFS? Like, is that DraftKings?
Like that means they're daily fantasy. They're just daily fantasy people.
Okay, and then when people say fixed match, like on Instagram, people will be like, "Oh, we do fixed match." What's that mean?
Yeah, that one is above my pay grade.
Fixed match betting or something like that. It's usually like kind of like spam, like people like they. I don't know. It's weird, but I just didn't know what them 2 things were.
I would assume fixed match would be like specific to one match, like maybe like. I don't like a way of maybe being redundant that it's not a parlay. Like this is just a fixed 1 match situation, or I'm just guessing out loud.
Right. I didn't know if they knew it, like it meant something like, I don't know, like the fucking knew some inside information or something.
Oh, Fisherman just clarified it for us in there.
Windsor, easy. Okay. Easy drive from North. Papa Chuck said Windsor. Yeah. That easy drive from North Central Ohio. Papa Chuck's from right where I'm from, like 30 minutes from where I'm
really?
from. Yeah. Yeah, and Monroeville. He knows all the Ohio wrestlers and stuff because he's right around my age too. So he knows like all the stuff that I knew as a kid.
Ron's dropping the knowledge there. Daily fantasy sports. Ooh.
Oh, that's daily fantasy sports because I didn't know. I'm like, what's that mean?
I had a little bit too much tonight. Capper, Mr. Ron. I thought it stood for daily fantasy system for a second, but I was like, why would I say system?
Close. Close. Yeah, man. Pound for pound headshot. Yeah. Sicky said, I think Leon would do a Aljo versus Jan too. I did hours of tape on that fight, man. Leon did not look the same as he usually did. Yeah, he definitely is going to look better. He'll know what to expect now. He's felt that power again. He'll know what to expect. And who knows what Usman's chin's going to be like, dude. He got hit in the fucking head with a baseball bat. You know what I mean? It's hard to, you don't know what his chin's going to look like for sure.
I expect a very wrestling heavy approach in their next fight from Usman. Very heavy wrestling approach. Just keep it safe.
Yo. Okay. Yeah. I see where Rand said DFS daily fantasy sports. Carlos said no clue. I see. How do you feel playing Joaquin Buckley? He's a good dog. I bet Imavov off, but
I mean, the problem with that is you're only betting him by KO, right?
Yeah.
That's the only way you're betting him. So if you're going to bet him, then you should look at that prop because it's like the fight we talked about, the main event a little bit. It would be very hard to imagine a world where Tuivasa will win by decision, and so the same thing here for Buckley. His likely path to victory is by hurting his opponent. So I would look at that prop,
Yeah.
and if you like him to win,
Yeah.
Juice.
Yep. Yeah. Or even the under, because no, I think they got it set at 1.5, and I love the over on that. I was gonna bet it was minus 160, but I already have that Imavov bet because I had him with the other Taylor Lapius or whatever, and he fell off, so I just got Imavov, but I thought I don't like having two bets on one fight like that, but I really think that goes over 1.5, but could possibly go under the 2.5. So
the over 1.5 is minus 185. The over 2.5 is plus 112. Wow. I mean, if you like Imavov to win, he probably drags the fight and eats some clock. So there, that over 2.5 is a very high possibility.
Yeah,
plus 112.
We got Dev the dude in here. What's up, Dev?
Dev, we were just talking about you off the air, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming through, man. Thank you for the content, dude. Love it.
Great channel, always supporting everybody, dude. Everybody go check out Dev's YouTube. He's getting more subscribers by the day. He needs to. He deserves to. He puts in a lot of hard work. Check out his Instagram and Twitter too.
Yes, and by supporting him, in essence, you're supporting everyone that does this stuff. So like supporting him, supporting Blood Money, Johnny K, Manpreet, the guys up north, myself over here, MMA Fight Club, just anyone who's doing content, I would emphasize that you take a moment to realize it takes so much time to do this stuff. And so if even if you don't like maybe someone's predictions, like just take a moment to step back and say, listen, they're giving me just some content about a fight. Fuck it. Take it or leave it, the advice, but it's content. So, I appreciate all you guys out there doing this shit, dude.
Hell yeah. There's so many good people doing it. And if anybody in like just the supporters, dude, that are always in the chat and stuff, they know their stuff too. If anybody ever starts their own channel or anything, come on here and comment. We'll get you on talking with us and stuff. Doing on them pre pay-per-view shows. I know Manny's gonna be on the 280 show with us, right?
Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a big that's gonna be a big pre-card, supposedly, and maybe I think got some good guests, some bigger guests on the way too with us, so that'd be cool.
Absolutely. And if it's a good time to talk about it, I drop a Contender Series pre-fight show every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. to 8:30, or sorry, 7:30 p.m. to 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. It's a pre-fight show for Tuesday night's Contender Series. It'll be going on the next few weeks. We dropped the show last Tuesday, had a few guests come through, special guests, actually UFC fighters. And then this Tuesday coming up, we'll have a few fighters as well. And just drop on in. And then we have a live show at 8:00, which is the watch party, watching the fights together. But come on through and get to see some fighters talking about their recent fights, injuries. And next week in particular, I told Cody off the air, I don't want to jinx myself.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a good one. We're going to have some real hotties on there. We're going to have some very attractive female UFC fighters that you might
definitely
enjoy.
Yes, definitely. I'm gonna be definitely tuned in for that.
Appreciate you.
Let's see. So I think because I'm gonna have about like 40 minutes, so we can't probably won't get over all the fights. Anybody that has a fight on this card, just ask a question and we'll go over them fights. Any ones you guys really want to know about.
And in the process of that, there's some that we can run through quickly, because like for example, like I'm definitely fading Faraziem.
That was my next one.
I was gonna say I'm fading Faraziem, fading Dustin Stolfus. Nathaniel Wood and Jourdain is a 50-50 fight. I mean, you're tossing a coin there. You can make an argument for both fights. With
Faraz, I'm picking Figlak by decision, but that's blown up. It's like, I mean, maybe I don't know what his line is, but like the over is like minus 300.
Wow, really?
Yeah, it's like minus 3.
Yeah, see, the problem is Figlak is minus 200, right? Straight up the main line. And it's a trap, dude. It's a trap because Ziam is French, dude. Like, it's a trap, dude.
Yeah,
it's a trap, man.
I like the over, but like you said, it's that Figlak. I just like his grappling a little better. He's got good striking, great cardio, and all that. But Ziam definitely has a chance. He's live as hell because he's got way better experience and stuff.
If the fight's at distance, Ziam is gonna have the advantage. He's super tall, very long, very technical from distance. He's like a lighter version of this guy Cyril Gane in the heavyweight division. Like at distance, he's amazing.
I think he trains with him too, actually.
Well, there you go. And he's from France, dude. Listen, do not bet on Figlak on the money line. Do Do not
Right.
do it to yourself. Like it's going to be a trap. Take the overs. Like take the over 1.5 because if Xian wins, it's going to be at distance, at range, ticky tack. He's going to frustrate Figlak. If Figlak wins, it's going to be by wrestling and position control. Either way, this fight gets into the numbers for sure.
Yeah, I definitely like that. Yeah, and what's Figlak? I wonder what Figlak by decision is.
Figlak by decision is sitting currently at plus 275. I'm sorry, plus 100. Wow, that's nothing. Interesting.
That's not that. I mean,
it's okay. It's not that good.
No. So, let's see. And you said
that means the books feel like that's the likely possibility, though.
Right.
That's what they're saying. Because some books have it at minus 105. Yeah, some books have minus one book has them at minus 110. So if you go to like FanDuel right now has minus 110 for Figlak to win by decision. So that's how strongly some books feel.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, but like, dude, I stayed away from it because Xian's good. You know what I mean? And if Figlak can't get it to the ground, it's going to be a really close fight. But it's tough. It's tough.
The Xian recent losses are also affecting people. Like the Terrence McKinney loss looks bad, but Terrence McKinney is literally savage.
He's savage. Terrence McKinney's in stand up or on the ground. It's hard to
dude
stay away from that guy.
Died like 3 times and came back. Like just a savage.
Now he's out here trying to kill everybody else, choking them out, knocking them dead and stuff, dude.
Yeah. Warning sign. That fight's gonna be. I'm looking forward to watching it, but it's gonna be a very risky fight to be betting on.
Right. Let's see. My boy Carlos, he said Jourdain Wood, please, and Whittaker Vettori. With Jourdain Wood, I like that fight. It's going to be a really good fight. It's Jourdain on a little bit of short notice, and I really like Wood, but because Jourdain just fought like a month and a half ago. But I would say that I just like Wood. If it gets to the grappling, I think Wood has the better wrestling. But I just bet the over on this because I picked Wood, but I couldn't come up with not enough to bet him. I can easily see Jourdain winning too, but I do see it going to the cards, man.
So I'm not disagreeing with you. I think a lot of what you said is spot on. My concerns are that Charles Jourdain is a very volatile fighter in general. You know, like he's the kind of guy who can get finished in 30 seconds or finish someone in 30 seconds, and then vice versa. He's the kind of guy who can get into a really wild fight and be losing and do a lot of dumb shit. He's just a hard guy to pin down. You could say he's due because coming off of the recent loss. But he's a hard guy to bet on. I don't like betting on him because I feel like he's all over the place. Like he has losses against Arosa and Burgos in his two of his last 4 fights. Like you hear Charles Jourdain, you think he's better than that, right? You kind of think he's a step above that, but he's obviously not. He lost to those guys.
Right. He had like if you watch it, dude, he was getting beat by Marcelo Rojo too. In their fight, had to come back in the third to knock him out. Had a really close fight with Andre Ewell. Nathaniel Wood finished Andre Ewell by submission. Not to say that matters anything, but it just shows. I just think Jourdain's a slow starter too. If he fought like he did in the third round, every round he would be a savage. You know what I mean? He's almost like a Marlon Vera. Like he kind of usually starts slow. He didn't in his last fight against Burgos in the first round. That's only because Burgos puts so much pressure on you. You know what I mean? That you have to fight. Like he was backing up but he looked good. I thought he won that fight, to be honest.
If I could put this out there, and I just mean this like as a general, some ideas to consider here. I think Charles Jourdain is the better athlete. I think he's faster, he's quicker, he would run faster in a straight line than Nathaniel Wood. That's my opinion on the athleticism. But Wood is a better fighter. He's a smarter fighter. He's going to use the more balanced approach and have a better game plan. And I think he's going to use that game plan to probably get a win here. But the X factor just scares the shit out of me. I don't like betting this fight straight up. If you want to bet the over, like you said over 1.5, right?
No, I bet over 2.5.
Yeah, dude.
And minus 140.
You're going to be like butt cheeks clenching, dude, because like these guys are, especially Jourdain. It's more Jourdain. He's got a lot of volatility. So I would just be careful with that, how much you put on that. But I do like betting the distance here because I don't like betting either side so much. And I'm worried that Charles Jourdain might do something that would be freaky here. He's the kind of guy who throws like spinning back shit for no reason. Like he's very weird like that,
Yeah. I just and Wood's durable. He's a little hittable, but he's super durable. He could slow Jourdain down. You've seen them leg kicks ain't no joke too. What he was hitting Rosa with was really hurting Rosa. So if he can hit him with a decent amount of them.
Put up Ranj's comment there. Ranj, my bad. I said Ranj. Ranj's comment there. Good comment there. People forget that Jourdain is a BJJ black belt and not a natural featherweight. What is a bantamweight coming up? Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like Jourdain's 3 inches taller, but Woods actually got the longer reach, and Woods a little thick, dude. I think he had trouble cutting down to 135. But I think Woods probably a black belt too.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
We have to mention the one big spot, the big glaring issue, the one Woods record, right?
The Dotson loss.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that's the one thing.
He got caught though, but Dotson's tough as fuck. If you watch Dotson, even when he fought Piotr Jan, like, bro, he gave Yana, but he gives everybody troubles. Like, nobody's ever going to fight Dotson and look good. You know what I'm saying? And
that's a good point.
Till he got caught.
That's a good point.
Like, I mean, even Merab, go watch Merab and John Dotson. It's almost at the end. You're like, you don't barely know who won. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you one final question here in this fight. If these guys fought 10 times, how many times in 10 fights does Wood win?
I think he's more well-rounded, to be honest, and he's got good enough striking with Jourdain striking, and I think he has the better grappling. Like, he showed better grappling. He's got like taking people down and choked out Andre Ewell. So I think I like Wood. I would like Wood 6-4. Say Wood 6-4.
Okay. So you like him ever so slightly, basically. Which
yeah. The line's where it should be. The line's where it should be. Okay. Like, it should be a pick up. Definitely. I don't think he's like way better than Jourdain or none, but I just don't think Jourdain, like, everybody just thinks about the last 3 minutes he puts in every fight. But if you go back and check his record, he looked good. I mean, he got beat by Des Green, short notice. He got beat by Andre Feely. You know what I mean? Which was a good fight. He almost could have won that, but he fights close. But if you got to go to what Du Hoi Choi, who he finished with which he was getting beat up, and that hit him with that big shot. And then even you go to Josh Kulabau, he was getting dropped in that and out grappled a little bit. But if you go who's his only wins? Rojas, who that dude gasses out and gets finished in the 3rd round by everybody in all of his fights. That's how he loses. And then he's finished Rojas.
Let me tell you something. As you're talking about this, Cody, as you're talking through his record and stuff,
he's not impressive, dude. He's got 4 losses in the UFC, and he's got 1 draw, and then I think he's got 4 wins. And
I think he's got like the Masvidal thing, like where people just like him because they like him, and he's got a certain swagger. He's got the Air Jourdain name. He looks the part, and so Moneyline's impacted by that at times, and he is the guy that people think But yeah, you can't ignore the record. You're right. You're pointing out the most obvious things that people need to look at. Those losses are very clear against,
Yeah. And even like the ones, like I said, Marcelo Rojo was beating him. He had to come back and win that. He went nuts in the 3rd. The Ewell fight was close. Kulabau, he could have lost that one. He almost got KO'd in that. So it's like, I mean, I think people look at him like he's on like a 4-fight win streak over some savages, but
exactly,
he's really not. And even like the lower level guys, he's fighting close with them. So I think Wood's well-rounded, dude. Wood's really good. If you go watch him, like his fight with Castaneda, the dude's good, and he beat him up.
You've convinced me now that Wood's sitting at plus money, guys. Just so you guys know, we're talking about this fight, and we're bouncing back and forth ideas. And the more you listen to these ideas, this fight isn't in the right spot. It's a pick'em fight, right? But it probably should be flipped. It should be Wood is a slight favorite here.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more well-rounded. And like I said, is this short notice for Jourdain? I feel like Wood was supposed to fight somebody else.
Let me look at
it.
See what I can see. Tapology.
But because Jourdain just fought a month and a half ago, so it's not like he just fought Burgos recently, so it's not like he could have had much time for this. Let's see.
My bad. I had the whole thing pulled up here. Jourdain.
No, I don't see Wood. They must have just made this out of nowhere. I don't see that he was in any other fight.
Yep, you're right. But you're right. He did fight recently. But how recent? How recent was this? He lost against Shane Burgos.
Middle of July, end of July.
Damn, wasn't long. I had him in that fight. I lost him. I lost him at that.
So unless he won. I thought he won the fight, but unless he got out of that fight, went right back into camp and started training for freaking Nathaniel Wood, then he's got to be kind of short notice. And I'm sure Nathaniel Wood was just waiting on another card. He just fought in London and just waiting for a good opponent.
It's also the fact that, even though Jourdain is not from France, he is from Canada, and then the name Jourdain is very French sounding. So
he's French by way, French Canadian probably.
There you go. Bring him over, dude. So he's like almost like a home court advantage.
But dude, your boy Wood is from England right there, which is
which
like
is also
40,
dope.
and so I think he'll have more people over there. So I don't know. I really like this fight though. That's why, man. Like I was going back and forth on who I wanted, who, and then I'm like, dude, I'm taking the fucking over because I can't fully decide. But I do think that if Wood wins, it's by decision. I don't see him finishing Jourdain, and I honestly don't see Jourdain just finishing Wood. Wood's very durable. Like he can be hittable, but he's very durable and tough. Like he's been in some good fights. Yeah.
You convinced me, dude. I'm gonna look at some plays on Wood. I wasn't as confident before this discussion, but I'm a little more confident now.
Yeah, man. And it's going to be a good fight, dude. It's going to be a good fight. And like I said, I like that over. I think Wood gets some clinch time. Maybe even gets a takedown or two. Like he has pretty good wrestling. It looks like he's in good shape and all that. My boy Mikey said, "I'm just a small chef in big kitchen, bro."
I love that.
It's great. Take out a loan, put it on the big Frenchman. Yeah, to do it. Good luck and God bless. Smoke the Tyson toad and watch the Frenchie unload. That's what I want to do. That's my boy Mikey from Vegas, Chef Mikey, dude. He knows the stuff. He's cool, funny dude.
Now's a good time to tell you guys we're going to be giving away 2 Amazon gift cards between now and the end of the show. It's going to be trivia questions. We're going to give you the question, and the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat will win the gift card. It'll be 2 gift cards, each one worth $25. If you win the gift card, we will send the gift card to you tonight via email. You actually receive it tonight on behalf of my man here, Blood Money, at Blood Money's channel, the awesome channel, my man Cody.
Dude, so that's awesome.
Listen up.
Well, let's see. That's awesome. So yeah, somebody's gonna get 25 free bucks just for knowing your stuff tonight.
That's it, dude. It'll be about this card too. Someone on this card it'll be about, or 2 people. Okay. 2 different questions. My bad.
Hell yeah. Fisherman said, "Good luck enjoying the fight after betting the plus 2.5." Over unders take fucking years off your life, dude. Weeks, at least a week or 2 off your life, man.
They do
every time. Counting that last like 30 seconds, dude. I'm pacing back and forth, like, dude.
Can't even enjoy the fight.
And then when you bet, the worst thing too, the worst thing too is when you bet an under. And like within the first 20 seconds, if they're not just throwing haymakers, you're like, oh, fuck, it's going over. They're not even going at each other. And then there's one big shot. So
the fight I think of is the fight between Gilbert Burns and Khamzat, right?
Oh, and yeah.
That was everyone had the under. Like everyone was like, there's no way it goes a distance. And I had that bet too. It was like minus 300. And that fight went the full distance.
It was just crazy because it could have ended a couple times.
It's like, how did it happen?
Yep, that's crazy. Craziness. Let's see. So Carlos said, I saw the reach were same at 69 inches. Yeah, so I mean, Wood's shorter, 3 inches shorter, but maybe that'll help him for his grappling. Fisherman said, Dotson's so fast, bro. I couldn't believe how fast. Yeah, he looked crazy in the bare knuckle fighting, dude. He looked freaking outstanding. I'm glad for him too. I like John Dotson, dude. I've always liked him. And tough fighter, dude. Like, I mean, he's good. He got a little older, but dude, he made every single fight. I used to pick him like on DraftKings because no matter what, he wasn't getting finished, and then he would stay in all 3 rounds and get you a decent amount of points, and then sometimes he got that win.
Just a tough dude.
Yeah, and super fast, super slick, man, and just knows how to fight. Good fight IQ. I feel like Magomedov inside the distance is almost a lock for me. I like that too. I bet the under on that fight too. See, Fisherman said Jourdain from Canada, bro. Yep, Jourdain's only 26. I know Jourdain definitely could be the future, man. He's been fighting nothing but pretty much tough dudes. You know what I mean? In the UFC, not a couple easier. Like Rojo, I think that might have even been like a late notice fight or something. But he's since the beginning. Des Green, Andre Feely, what was it? Korean Wonder Boy or what was his name? Superboy, Korean Superboy, the Choi dude. Effie said a bit of a short notice plus the travel, second weight cut in 2 weeks for Jourdain, or in a month and a half, you mean? Because I don't think he was supposed to fight.
Yeah, but Jourdain doesn't cut much weight.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the biggest dude.
No, he's not cutting a lot of weight.
Ice Viking in here. What's up, Ice Viking? I appreciate
Ice Viking. Another sharp dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Follow him on Tapology. He really knows his stuff. Said, I wonder if most of the French crowd will be backing Jourdain.
Oh, I
I
think by
bet.
default, yeah, dude.
Right.
It's almost like as if you had, let's say, I'm going to draw an example, and I could be wrong here, but I'm
Uh,
just saying, if you had like an Asian fighter fighting in the Philippines versus like a fighter who was from, I don't know, let's say from Brazil, it would just
right.
be like it's closer to home base. So I think from that standpoint,
Got to
if
root for him.
yeah, I think so. I mean, the last name, if you pronounce it correctly, the last name is pronounced with a bit of a
Jourdain.
French, yeah, French accent.
Jourdain.
Air
Uh,
Jourdain.
yeah. Fisherman said, "Guys, stop the debate now." Jourdain got blonde hair. He's definitely when I seen that, and that's a good possibility. I did see that. I did see that.
Oh no! Oh
Victor
no! Does he
said,
really?
Yeah, he does. Victor said, I'm actually going the over as well. Wood is a live dog more than that. So I think the over is the way to go here. Yeah. Only thing is the size. Jourdain usually fights bigger guys. Yeah. But the speed, though, he usually has a speed advantage. And Wood's probably going to have the speed advantage here. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying Jourdain's slow, but Wood down there fighting 135 guys, I think that he's going to be a little more because it's like when Dan Hooker tried to drop down to fucking
Mm-hmm.
145 and Arnold Allen just lit him up because the speed. That's one of my things, dude. I'm getting this other book to write all my stuff down in, but just stuff like that, like fading good dudes that are dropping down from a higher weight class that use speed to win in that weight class, kind of, and then they're dropping to a lower weight class where they're not going to have that speed anymore. Them dudes kind of get. There's another person, like Misha Tate, when she
Mm-hmm.
dropped down to 125, dude, she looked like a zombie out there compared to a Murphy, and Murphy ain't fast, so
So I talked about this on Contender Series this week. We had Contender Series on Tuesday night, and the main event was the Japanese fighter. It was the Kinoshita guy, right? And if you didn't watch the fight, you got a round 3 TKO knockout over a very super duper tall, like 6'5", 170-pounder dude.
yeah, yep,
And the way to win at that length was using a jab, keep it at length, use a head kick, whatever. He was so long, and he was so like what's that long like insect that moves very slowly? I don't know. There's a lot of them move
praying
slowly.
mantis.
Praying mantis. He's like a praying mantis, like Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant trying to fight a guy who's like 6 feet, and
Yeah,
what ends up happening is quickness was all of the difference, dude. Like
speed kills, dude.
if you can't move fast enough to surprise the opponent, and it takes so long to get the movement going, it's just nothing going to be there. So the Japanese fighter just like killed him, like hit him
Right.
with a cross punch, and at that point his hands were like over here. He was not prepared, couldn't even move fast enough, and so you're absolutely right, dude. Speed kills.
It's like Gane versus Ngannou. Like Gane was piecing up Ngannou. Ngannou's coming out, throwing these big shots, and Gane's just dodging them and piecing them up with front kicks and all that. I mean, speed kills power. That's what they say in everything. Speed kills power in
Did
everything.
you hear some of the conversations that people felt possibly Gane won that last fight?
Yeah, I bet Gane, and watching it live, I'm like, it was even going into the 5th round in my opinion, and I thought Francis won the 5th round, so I thought it was
Okay, so you
I
thought
did hear some, and some, like, I did just rewatch it to do tape for this,
Mhm.
and Cyril Gane did land more damage in the 5th round. Like he was getting more damage before he landed that takedown and stuff, but because Francis just laid on him. But
Mhm.
I thought he won it, man. I thought he got that little reversal. The when Gane went for the heel hook and got reversed, like
I feel like a healthy Cyril Gane and a healthy Francis Ngannou, that Gane has a legit shot to win. Like he's technical from the outside. He can maybe win the fight by points if he could defend a few more takedowns and
yeah.
keep it at range. But yeah,
Yeah, if he works on that wrestling, it's crazy. He's only been training and fighting for like 4 years. It was like Muay Thai for 2, and then when he came in the UFC, it was like I think he had 1 fight or 2 fights. So it's great. I wish he was like 27 because he could be the greatest heavyweight ever. Like literally, if he gets his wrestling up, because he turned Ngannou into a wrestler. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Who the
Yeah,
fuck's
yeah,
turned Ngannou into a
exactly.
wrestler? And
A
like
guy who wants to just smash, exactly.
and that's why he's going to beat up Tai Tuivasa too, because Tuivasa don't have that option. You know what I mean? Once he starts getting his ass beaten, and legs chewed up, and the teat kicks and all that, and then Gane's throwing spinning elbows and shit, he can't take him down and get away from all that stuff. He's just going to be like Derek Lewis, up against the cage, like, what the fuck is this dude? How's he keep throwing all this crazy shit? So
Jeez, dude.
that's in my humble opinion.
No, man. I hear you, man. I hear you, dude.
Dev said hit me with the questions. Carlos, great stuff. Mike said, good to see you, fellas. Great stuff. Good to have you here too, Mike. I always appreciate you showing up, dude. He's a great supporter of everybody's channels. Gray Shirt 108 said almost at 1,000 subs. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I think I need like 50, 60, maybe 55, something like that. So can't wait to get there. It's going fucking slow as hell. Put in a lot of work. I wish it would go a little faster, but it is what it is. Effie said, my bad, meant 2 months. Yeah. Fisherman Jourdain coming out of French song, crowd guy, yeah. Probably, yeah, for the French rap, dude. They usually got some pretty good, like St. Pierre did.
Okay.
Sicky said, Wood was getting clipped by Rosa, man, a lot. That's debatable. I thought he beat the shit out of Rosa. I had the over in that fight, and I was just, if Rosa wasn't as tough as he is, them leg kicks would have stopped some other people. Vince Morales for sure, but like them leg kicks would have stopped some other people, dude. And I was happy to hit that over in that.
Can I drop the first trivia question?
Yeah. Oh yeah, buddy.
Oh, it's a good one. It's gonna require a little bit of research. Get the Twitter fingers ready, the keyboard's ready. So I'm gonna say technically this fighter has 6 kids. Technically.
And whoever comes up with this first wins.
They're on this card.
So which fighter? I know. So I know you got to look that up.
They have 6 kids technically.
Let me think. Let me see. Look,
4 officially. How about that? Hint. 4 officially.
I'm not gonna answer it, but let's see who I would think.
Someone said Nico Price. I love the guess.
Yeah, Nico's got all the kids. Sam Alvey. No, I'm not.
I guess I qualify by saying 4 officially.
Let's see, man. This is gonna be a tough one for people. I think I would have a guess. I know who my guess is. I know.
What's a tie to Tuivasa? I love it.
Let's see. What do we got? Ty. We got Jamal Hill.
It has to be this card though, guys. This card.
This card on this one, boys.
And by the way, Nico has 5 kids. Nico has 5 kids.
5 DiChirico. We got Buckley. He said Vettori.
I love the guess.
Dev said Gomez. Let's see. Maybe Whittaker. I don't think he's got that many.
Who's CJ? Who's CJW? Who's CJP?
That's my boy Carlos.
Is he the first one to put Whittaker?
No, I see Fisherman up here. Whittaker. Yeah.
Fisherman is the winner.
I would have guessed John McDessie because he's the older dude. You know what I mean? But so Whittaker, so how many? He's got 6, 12, 4, and then 2.
Yeah.
That is wild. I never would have guessed that. I see him on Instagram always playing with his kids, hide and seek and stuff. So
him and his wife, Robert Whittaker, him and his wife have 4 kids that they had together. And those kids are John, Jack, and Jace, a daughter, Liliana, and then they adopted his younger half-sisters and brothers, Carrie and Henry Mataleo.
That is cool. He's a great dude. Robert Whittaker he's a man's man. He's a good family man, and you can anybody that says anything bad about that dude don't know anything that they're talking about. That's
thank you, MPTV. So by the way, Fisherman, here's how you get your gift card tonight. Just send my man Cody an IG message with your email, or you can IG me as well with your email, because all I need is your email. I go to Amazon. I get send the gift card just with your email. You get it tonight. You can use it for whatever Amazon you're going to buy. Congratulations, you won.
Yeah, and it's official. I've won one on Capricorn on him and Range and BC Dave's show they do. So it is official. Actually, I bought a nice big fan for my bedroom with it, like a little one for the ground. Like I had another one, I replaced it. It's perfect. You cannot beat that.
That's dope. Easy way to give a gift card because like electronic, it's via email. Simple.
You're right. Yeah, that's smart. I'm gonna start doing. I'm waiting on these shirts to get back. I actually have a bunch of shirts getting made, and
that's dope, dude.
This girl at work, I have to send you one, dude. This girl at work's mom's making them, and she had a heart attack. So, but she's good now. She is out of the house. So, I guess I'm gonna start. But yeah, I'm gonna start giving them away, and giving some other stuff away. But I appreciate that, man. That's awesome. Coming to the show, getting money. Matter of fact, next week, I'm gonna have some type of giveaway. It makes you want to. It's fun.
I see CJP complaining, and then Fisherman said, "I just got a faster than him."
So are we okay? Or we're accepting that, right? He did spell it wrong. I think he spelled Whittaker.
We'll accept it. We know what
it.
he meant. We know what he meant. But that's funny though.
Desi. I could have seen it. I could have seen it being McDessie. I could have seen it being.
How many kids does McDessie have?
I don't know, but he's like 37. So I figured, you know what I mean? That would
have been around longer.
Yeah, because Whittaker's only 31, so it's like that. He's been.
I mean, four is a lot for a 31-year-old, and then he's adopted too. So he's not playing no games. He's got a big family now.
No, yeah, man, it's awesome. Let's see. Oh yeah, they wanted to talk about that because we got about 15 minutes. That Vettori versus Whittaker fight, and on that one, dude, I'm hesitantly. I say this like I'm hesitantly picking Whittaker as my pick by decision, but dude, to me the line's way off. Dude, Marvin Vettori's a tough dude, and like there ain't no way. I don't think Whittaker goes out here and just styles on him. You know what I mean? And just dominant 30. He could, but I mean, watching Vettori, dude, he's watching him fight Jack Hermanson. He looked pretty good against Hermanson. You know, he looked good against Paulo Costa. I think that he has a better chance than what the lines say. But I mean, I didn't bet this fight. I would like the over, but that's too high. But yeah, man, I'm going to take Whittaker by decision, but I think it's going to be a really good, tough fight, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a sweat. And unlike the fights between the fighters that are not experienced, we have two very experienced fighters. So I think if you're looking back at the recent fights, you're going to see Robert Whittaker do what he does, which is work at range and be very athletic, lighten his feet, you know, kicking, striking, however he can keep it at range. For Vettori, he'll look to land more power strikes in the feet and then look to get the fight against the fence, push and make it close. He's pretty good at that. But I don't love Marvin Vettori's fighter IQ. I always have issues with just what he makes, like decisions overall in the fight. It's not a 5-round fight though, right? It's a 3-rounder.
Yep, just 3.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna side with Whittaker to win, but yeah, the -225 is a bit of chalk on a fight that's gonna probably be close. And if Vettori can get enough position control on the ground, on top, and just make it ugly enough, I like the over 2.5. I think it's gonna be a good close fight. Both guys are pretty durable. I don't mean to talk shit. These two guys are both good fighters, but neither guy likes to really get too like dirty. So yeah, so I think they're not risk adverse. They're more like, you know, they're just trying to, you know, fight a good game plan, use technical strategy, whatever. So I imagine like no blood probably ends up being not the best fight. We have a few moments, but Vettori probably does a few dumbass things to like pound his chest and like, I don't know, get the crowd going.
Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, I see that. Whittaker, I love the over. Fight goes the distance. If you're gonna play it, I think you play like Whittaker hasn't knocked anybody out in 5 years, and Vettori, 10 of his 11 fights have gone to decision. His only one win was over Carl Robertson by submission. So he's not knocking nobody out. He's never been knocked out. Like I said, the dude's durable as they come. So you seen the head kick he ate from Paulo Costa was fucking nuts, dude.
I mean, like, the over 1.5 on some books is -530, dude. Like that's crazy, but it shows you how much like the over 2.5 is like -290, -300 right now, like on DraftKings and FanDuel, whatever. But like, yeah, dude, there's a lot of chalk there, but that's people expect this fight to probably go distance. It's -270 for the fight goes decision. Jeez.
Yeah, that's wild. Wow. Excuse me, but they're both so skilled and durable, and they got like two finishes between them in like the last 5 years. I seen the one thing where like Whittaker has 2 losses in like the last 8 years, and they're both the Adesanya, and Marvin Vettori only has 2 losses in the UFC, and that's both the Adesanya. So
it's crazy, right? Yeah, I mean, they're both evenly matched. That's why the chalk there on Whittaker is a little scary because it should be closer than that, right?
Yeah, a little bit, like maybe 180, -180, 170. You know, some 160, somewhere in that. But I mean, I do see him winning, but it's like he's fighting another really tough guy. Like if you're going to get a -200, if you're playing at -200, you might as well play Magomedov or Imavov. Well, Magomedov has the like least dangerous opponent, in my opinion, like for these -250 guys, because Whittaker's fighting Vettori, who's a savage, and Buckley's a savage, even for Imavov. So it's like Magomedov seems to have like, you know, the easiest fight out of these big favorites, besides maybe like Stephanie Edgar.
can I go like a little conspiracy theory here on you?
Oh yeah.
He's from Italy, Vettori, a little closer to home. You've got Whittaker all the way from Australia, and Vettori, like this would be a good win. Like it would be good for that fan base. They don't have a lot of Italian fighters. We got a whole bunch of Australian, New Zealand guys, right?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
get a nice little ugly, wrestle it out. Vettori acts like he did the big thing in there. He gets a win. Like the fan base goes maybe a little crazier for the Italian versus the Australian. I don't know. If Whittaker loses the fight because of getting out wrestled, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it just clinched up against Cage because Vittori's a big dude. But it's gonna be a good fight. Ice Viking said Volk showed a lot of patience with Hasbilla after that burger stunt. Yeah, kind of
Oh my
punted
god,
him.
that was funny, dude.
He's like,
funny.
it's got hot sauce on it. It's hilarious. Mikey said, I'm on that Italian Dreams hard head. Bobby Knuckles can't take more than 4 shots to the kisser. Give me the spicy meatball fortress head.
I guess, yeah, right. I don't know,
But-
man. It might be worth a play.
Right. Yeah. Bunny Hunter said, William Gomez kind of reminds me of Blood Diamond. That's I'm leaning on betting against him. Kind of looks like him, I guess. Yeah. Sicky Rob. Yeah. I mean, Rob won that in my opinion, but I'll say nothing. I mean,
You just did. It's okay though.
I wouldn't have been shocked, dude, if they would have called his name, but it's like they always
Yeah.
give it to the champ unless it's like the Rose Namajunas fight.
I mean, Rob's a good fighter. Rob's a really talented fighter.
Yeah, well, right. There's not like when I was breaking it down, like there's not really nothing you can find against him as a bad point. You know what I mean?
He's really good. See, this becomes a fight where, like, if they fought 10 times, I think Whittaker wins like 7 of the 10 times. Like, that's how much better of a fighter he is all around. The issue is those 3 times out of 10 that he loses, that Vettori gets that clinch, he gets that position control. The one judge gives him the round because he has more. It's going to be that kind of win, an ugly win.
Yeah, definitely. Got a little seal here. He said, "What's up, guys?" He's got the guitar. I should have the old stranglehold playing. Let's see. Oh, Thomas, what's up, bro? He said, Victor, I can tell you that Gane has been training and wrestling a lot with a lot of Dagestani fighters. Might give you confidence in your pick. Yeah, with Gane and
Okay, I like to hear that.
yeah, Imavov, he trains with Imavov for sure too. So there's another Dagestani rep, but I don't know how long he lived in Dagestan.
Like I don't have like any contacts with that side of the world in terms of like El Frenchies over there, but like I could tell you that like I know from hearing from people that have been in and around that camp, like he's in an amazing training camp. That's why he's in such good shape. Like Cyril Gane's in top-notch shape. Like he lost a wrestling bout by a few inches here or there. He should be champion in some people's books. I mean,
and yeah, and I mean, now he's going to be the new and improved Francis, like Francis was. What happened after Francis got taken down by Stipe? He worked on that for years, and then next time they fought, when Stipe tried to take him down,
great takedown defense. Exactly, you saw that.
Now Gane's going to have that because that's the only hole, dude. I'm like,
man,
as far as like technical striking for a heavyweight, I don't know if I've ever seen a heavyweight that strikes that good. You know what I mean? Like, Fedor,
he moves like a middleweight, dude.
Fedor, great striker, throwing bombs and stuff. But like, as far as technically, and for as big as he is, he's like a LeBron James type of MMA as far as being that big and still being able to move that good and fast. You know what I mean?
He's never been knocked out either. Like,
could you imagine if he started MMA stuff at like 17? He would be on fucking beatable. He didn't even start training any type of MMA until he started training Muay Thai, and like when he was 28 years old or 27 years old. And then, you know what I mean?
And
he was like,
and how old is he now? He's so young.
32. I believe he's 31 or about to be 32, or he just turned 32.
So he's literally an infant in the heavyweight division. Like an infant.
Yeah, because he could fight to 40. You know what I mean? But I got a couple of his autographed rookie cards and stuff, dude. I thought he was gonna beat. I thought he was gonna beat Ngannou, dude. But I got some out at sent to PSA right now, so I'm hoping to.
That's dope. How'd you get those, homie?
I bought some off of eBay. Most of them off of eBay, and because I don't really buy the packs. I've been collecting cards my whole life, so I just like to buy what I want to get because I bought cards, packs, and I could never get none. But I got like a LeBron James auto rookie graded. Like I bought that his rookie year off my buddy. My buddy, his name's Investment to Paradise, I believe, on Instagram. And he's like my dude, one of my best friends I grew up with. I'm gonna actually go to his house this weekend when I go back home. And dude, he's got like 5 Jourdain rookies graded. He's got like
Oh my
10
god, dude.
Jourdain autograph cards, like all this stuff.
You're talking my language, man.
I
I
love.
have I have a lot of old cards. Like even in my background, you can't really see them. I have a bunch of like old cards. I don't have anything. Well, I have one thing autographed, but it's not a card. But all my stuff is like 80s. So
Yeah.
like all in that realm. So like I have Jourdain rookie cards. I have Charles Barkley rookie cards, like Ken Griffey Jr. rookie cards, and
Hell
like
yeah.
David Robinson and Shaquille O'Neal, and like Derek Jeter, like just
Yeah.
all in that whole era.
Them are
And
all finally starting to become worth money now. Good money. Like people.
it went
Because
down for a minute. It went down for a minute. Now it's like starting to come back a little bit, which is dope.
yeah. Yep. I got a decent amount of them. I got like some nice Ben Roethlisberger autograph rookies, like graded. Like I got one Ben Roethlisberger. It's a Topps Premier or something, but it's like one of his most expensive ones. I bought it for 150, got it graded like
Nice.
8 years ago. It's worth like $3,000 now. But I got one that's it's graded BCCG10, and it's Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning, Phillip Rivers, and then it's got JP Losman on it, but it's a quad autograph rookie card graded,
Jesus,
and
dude.
with 3 Hall of Famers on it. That thing's gonna be worth a ton.
Oh my god, dude, that's so awesome. Yeah, I love cards. I collect them a lot as a kid, and I still have a lot of my collection as a kid.
Yeah. What do you think on the Gane main event? I'm thinking
Okay,
Cyril
so
Gane 4th round TKO.
So yeah, a lot of volatility in the first, let's say. I think with Tuivasa, the way he fights, he's very explosive. So you imagine the first, let's say, first half of round one, he's gonna measure distance, but then try to close distance, try to do a few things. You see Cyril Gane starting off slowly, landing a few lower leg kicks, a few straight body kicks, keeping distance, being very athletic. But I think by round two, Tuivasa, it just starts to slow down. It's just very natural by the way he fights. And I haven't seen Tuivasa go 5 rounds. I've seen Cyril Gane do that, but I can't imagine Tuivasa being very effective in round 4, round 5. I think the lower leg kicks will start chopping him down and become a part of an issue where he just will get tired and also start getting worn down. And we'll see a Cyril Gane TKO, not like an amazing one, like where someone's getting their head kicked off. It'll be more of like a war of attrition.
Right. Like what he got on Derek Lewis. And he's so much bigger than Ty too, dude.
He's an animal, dude. Animal.
Yeah. And he's gonna have, I think it's like 8 inches of reach and 3 inches of height. It's just tough.
But we mentioned one thing just as a reminder, like if you're following like the sub narratives or like conspiracy theories, like Cyril Gane in the UFC eyes, they were hoping he would beat
definitely
Ngannou in the last fight, have the belt, come over here to Paris, defend the belt in front of his home crowd. Everyone's going crazy. Instead, we have a main event in Paris where there's no belt in the line. So that wasn't in the cards for the UFC. Now, is the UFC giving him a tough guy that they think like he can definitely win against and saying, come on back, beat Francis Ngannou next time around? Or is the UFC saying, listen, like it's all, all bets are off, dude. Like you should have won that last fight. You didn't. So now here's an up and coming guy. And if you lose the fight, fuck it. We're going to get behind Tuivasa because he fights more aggressive anyway. He's got the shoey thing going. And if you're talking about making commercials, Tuivasa's the guy you're going to sell more tickets behind as opposed to the more technical at distance, going 4 rounds, so it, just something to consider.
Right. It's like you're getting like some opera music versus like some heavy metal, with Tuivasa. So either way, though, they can't go wrong. You're gonna have like an international dude that's gonna look good.
For sure.
What do you got in the Abusupian Magomedov fight versus Dustin Stolfus?
Yeah, thank you for asking. I think Dustin Stolfus, because of maybe recency bias, almost anyone he faces, I'm gonna probably fade him. I feel like he's a fringe UFC fighter. Obviously, in the UFC, clearly he belongs at this point. But I think he's got a lot of holes. And for Magomedov, even though he's not the best fighter in the division, I believe he's going to be able to out-wrestle, out-grapple, and even at range, be better almost every which way, shape, or form. As soon as I saw Dustin Stolfus pop up on this card, I treat him in the same wheelhouse as a lot of fighters I fade, like Faraz Ziam, where I just don't have a lot of belief in their fighting style. So I'm definitely choosing the other way, Magomedov, but the line's at what? Magomedov is sitting now currently at, too much, minus 265. So he's a big favorite. I would probably look at the fight not going to decision, which is sitting at minus 150. I think at some point Magomedov grinds him out and finishes him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Stolfus, suspect gas tank. Obviously, he made it to the last fight because Dwight Grant has even more suspect gas tank, like one of the worst in the game. But yeah, I actually bet the under in this. I got it at even money -115, and it's under 2.5. And Stolfus is on short notice. He just fought, a month and a half ago. I believe Abu Sufyan's better in striking. I believe he's got more power and that he can piece up Dustin Stolfus standing. And then I believe he can either get him to take a bad shot or he can just wrestle him down, because obviously he's a Dagestani guy, training, lives in Germany. He's been there for a while, but I like the under. I think Abu Sufyan can finish him standing or on the ground.
I do want to point out now, you're getting obviously more value with the under 2.5 at -117, and you're paying a bit there for that extra 30 seconds, or 30 seconds, extra 2 minutes and a half.
I would rather have that, but the casino doesn't offer it. I didn't have the chance of that, but I would have rather had that on this fight for sure.
Yeah, because you have the -150 for decision, -117 for the over 2.5, and over 1.5 is -200. Like, that's interesting. I don't know. This fight's all over the place. I don't know.
Right. And Stolfus, I mean, if you look, I believe Magomedov had like 14 wins in a row and a lot of submissions. You know what I mean? I think his only like 2 decisions.
And they were like all in round 1.
Yeah. And I believe that he's going to go nuts on Stolfus. Stolfus, like I said, he just had a tough fight, grinding fight like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago at most when he fought Dwight Grant.
Did not look good, dude. And then prior to that, losses to Gerald Mearshad and Rodolfo Vieira and Daukaus and getting finished. He got finished in 2 of his last 3 fights. I mean, yeah, I'm selling stock on Stolfus. Almost anyone he fights, I'm probably going to fade him. But that's burned me before, so I just got to be careful with that too.
Right. Well, he was 0-3, and he almost should have already been cut, and then he got another chance against Dwight Grant. You know what I mean? Dwight Grant was a 170er coming up. So I definitely think that. And Stolfus gasses his 2 losses, getting choked out by Vieira and Mearshart. This is short notice, I think. And I think that Magomedov's really good. I think he's going to be really good. And I think he's 2 inches taller with 3 inches of reach. And I just think that he's going to be better everywhere this fight goes. And will eventually get Stolfus out of there.
I'll probably end up parlaying this bet. That's probably what I'm doing, because the money line, I'll probably be taking Magomedov on my line.
I like him. I think I mean, I got the Imavov bet, and I think that this is a safer bet. This is a real safe bet. Let's see. We'll go over. I got here. Fisherman said, how many bets do you have in, Cody? I got in 5 bets. I got Imavov. By himself, it was a parlay that fell apart. Then I have Stephanie Edgar under 2.5 rounds. She finished Shanna Young, and she finished Shanna Young, and she finished Jessica Rose Clark in under 2 full rounds. You know what I mean? And them girls are both better than this Eileen Perez, in my opinion. Way more experience, way the they're like the same thing. Like that's like Perez likes to take you down, ground you out, and pound you. And I guarantee Jessica Rose Clark's better at that than her. But I got the under in that fight. I have the over in the Wood fight. I have the under in the Taha fight at +170, and I really think that goes under. I think Taha touches his chin, and then if it goes the other way by some chance, it's covered. But if you're gonna bet Taha, I think he KOs him. I really do. He's a savage, dude. He's just been fighting really tough guys in the UFC. Like, you're not KOing Hani Barsolas, you know what I mean? You could get Sergey Moroz out, but you see that dude's a beast. So I got the under in that, and then I got the under in this Magomedov fight. I got 3 unders, 1 over, and then Imavov.
If you didn't hear that outright, you can just always go back and rewind and hear it again, just in case you missed
it. Right,
it.
because I probably said that fast. Yeah.
Okay.
Carlos, my boy Carlos, CJP said, I bet Magomedov in one of my parlays. Can't go wrong with Medov. I don't think so. Here. He's definitely the one the UFC wants to win this fight. Sicky said -225 over 1.5. Those odds are a scam, and that fight is crazy. It's though I don't know. Can you sign a new contract off of 1-3 with a win over freaking Dwight Grant, who's on like a 3-4 fight losing streak too? I don't know,
dude. I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's tough, man.
I like Sicky. Sicky said he got +400 on that TKO prop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get out of here in about 5 minutes. Usually my daughter comes in, I let her pick 2 fights or so, but I'm seeing
she's AWOL. Well,
She's
tonight.
able. I wish I didn't have to freaking go to work, dude. I want someday, dude, to not have to be working. So like, then I could put in so much more time. I'd do Dana White Contender Series. I would do, shit, LFA and all that. But right now, I'm already behind on my UFC this week for next week. And
no, I know, dude. It's not easy, man. I mean, we do this as a labor of love, and
I know
hopefully
it's fun though. I just love talking MMA. Not most of my good friends grown up with are that into it, especially not like me. So it's good to have fucking good people like you, and especially you hopping on tonight. I messaged you at like 6 at night, like, hey, in an hour, can you help me out? And you was right
no
on
worries,
it. So
man.
if you ever need me, dude, and
I
I can
appreciate you,
do it,
dude. I appreciate
I'm
you,
ready.
man.
Especially, dude, all the good interviews you do. And everybody, like we said, if you do bet Dana White Contender Series, you have to check out Manny's page. You have to check out his Dana White. You have to check out his page for everything, because he literally go watch it. He has the best stats and like in-depth information, not just stats on like this dude gets 4 takedowns, this dude defends 70. He's got like the stats on where they're training, injury updates, like all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Like all kinds of stuff that you need to add in. Help you make good picks, man.
I appreciate you, man. And hopefully what I'm looking to do is build these relationships with the fighters, get to know them better. And, when information becomes available, I never tell where it's coming from, but if it's information I can share, I'm going to share it. Like if there's injury possibly or something going on. I've had a few tips in the last few months. They've all been great. But the idea is if I could, get more information for everyone, I'm happy to share it. If the fighters come on the show and they enjoy the environment and they enjoy the follows and people coming through, it also helps. So excuse me. But yeah, thanks, Blood Money. I appreciate that, bro.
Oh yeah, and dude, we've been we've been building up a good little community, and we got like the same amount, same little 5, 6, 7 cappers that we all do shows with, and it's can't wait to do some more. Like I said, right now being on this midnight schedule sucks as far as like I know our buddy Eric Betts Fights wanted me to be on a show with him, and it's just tough. And then I want to do Addicted to Combat. He usually does a show right after this, but I'm on my way to work, man.
No, listen, there's so much going on, and I try like you. We try to collaborate with as many people as we can, and sharing ideas, getting on each other's platforms. Right now you're at the cusp of 1,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. 1,000 subscribers means that you could turn on the advertising revenue portion of your YouTube account, which is dope, and it's a way to support his content without having to actually dish out any dollars from your own pocket. So. Yeah, I'm all about that, dude, man, and sharing the love out here, trying to get more subscribers for all of us.
Definitely. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, totally. My dude, the one time I didn't let Avery do it, she was so mad. Hold on, give me one second.
Oh, second question. You got me, CJP. I'm gonna ask. You're good, dude. My second Amazon question. All right, so I was looking it up here. I'm trying to.
Why did you bring that baby in?
I'm gonna throw you guys a curveball because this card makes it too easy. Let me pull up something from a prior card, right? Give me one moment. So I'm going to ask you guys a second question here. It's a trivia question. And the person who gets the question correct will go ahead and win an Amazon gift card worth $25. I apologize that in the background you hear Cody's daughter yelling. But I'm going to ask the question. We had our first winner earlier. Who was the first winner? Reveal yourself. Was that you, Fisherman? You won the first $25 Amazon gift card. So you can win again, by the way. You can win again. You can be a multiple-time winner. So the first person to answer the question correctly in the chat here will win the gift card. A little bit of suspense here, the little drum roll. All right. I got to find something that's hard. I've been asking too easy questions, right? Ron has told me before, my questions are too easy.
Come here, baby.
So I think we're about to be joined by the lovely Cody's daughter here. So
did you get you got the question out?
No, I'm still have everyone in suspense. I have them all at cliffhangers right here. So, but I'm looking up. I want it to be a really good, tough question. It's going to make people have to dig.
Dig deep.
Yeah.
All right, Avery Bell, it's that time of the week. You ready to figure out your 2 bets? All right, here's the first one. Who do you like? Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Who do you like? Tuivasa or Cyril Gane? Cyril Gane. No, he's not the underdog, but he's good. All right, who do you like? Robert Whittaker or Marvin Vettori?
Marvin.
Robert Whittaker or Marvin Vettori?
My friend Vettori.
Now he's the underdog. Uh-oh.
Good job,
She
baby.
picked Tyson Nam two shows ago. Say bye to everybody.
Ava, come
All right. Bye, baby. What, are you taking my fruit snacks, huh?
I always take him.
She loves doing that, dude. The one time she didn't get to get on, dude, and I was trying to leave for work. She was bawling, crying, dude.
All right, here's the question for you guys. It is not a fighter that's currently on this UFC fight card. So I'm going to make you guys have to really expand your database. I'm going to give you some hints. It's a he. He wrestled in high school. He's a purple belt in BJJ. Had a very good amateur career. He actually went undefeated as an amateur. Had a Muay Thai base, so had a Muay Thai base starting in his teenage years. He grew up with a single mother, and he was born and raised in Omaha, Nebraska. He's a current UFC fighter, currently on the UFC roster, and he fought recently, like UFC 270 something, UFC 277.
From Omaha, Nebraska. You say, I'm not guessing, but I think I kind of think I know who it is. Let's see.
Oh, Dev got it.
Dev got it. Drew Dober.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Drew Dober, yes, from Omaha, Nebraska. Grew up with a single mom. Yeah. Didn't meet his dad until he was 18 years old. Kind of a crazy story.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, McKinney, but then he's from like Washington or something like that.
But by the way, Lionheart is from the Nebraska area, but yeah.
Papa Chuck had that. Nate the Train, he's from Tennessee.
So Dev, you get the gift card. So just send over. I think, do I have your Instagram? Or listen, just send over your email to my man over here, Cody, or myself via Instagram. As long as we have your email, then I could send you that gift card tonight. Congratulations there, Dev. Thank you for playing the game.
Congratulations, Dev. Manny, I'm gonna be sending you a shirt when I get my shirts and stuff. And
love it,
I'm gonna do more of this, dude. I like the giveaways and stuff. That's a good thing to add into the show. I've been waiting. I'm gonna give a shirt away each show, and then a shirt on my when I do my breakdown video for certain questions like that and stuff. But yeah, I gotta get them bad boys.
Dev, yeah, if you go on Instagram, Dev, just look up MMA Fight Club and you'll see us there. If you just send me your email through that Insta, I'll get back to you, homie.
Yep, and Fisherman said he already inboxed you on the gram to me, so then I'll send you that. He'll say I don't know. I'll do it after I get to work. So we'll get you taken care of by like.
Yeah, I'll take care of you guys this evening. We'll make sure. So as long as I have your email in my possession at some point, it'll be immediate. I'll get it done pronto.
Yep.
So you can go on Amazon tonight and buy whatever $25 worth of Amazon junk you want to buy.
Yes, sir. Get you some old UFC tapes, or get you a Nate Diaz shirt or something like that. They sell them on there.
CJP needs that shirt too.
Yeah, yep. When I get them, they're gonna be going out. Trust me. Manny, man, I appreciate you helping save the show tonight, dude. It was a great time. I love doing this. I can't wait to come on your channel and do a nice, great, long interview with you, man, and just talk it up. If I ever get one of these nights off of work during the week, man, because I know you like to do live shows like during the week. I would love to get on one and just bullshit and smoke
absolutely
out, have a good time.
Fisherman, yeah. If you just look up MMA Fight Club, so just MMA Fight Club on Instagram, it's a yellowish logo. You'll see it there. And if not, find our YouTube channel. The link will be in there. But if you can't find me, then send it to Cody, and then Cody will make sure I get it to you. Either way, we'll hook you up.
It'll all be up tonight. Appreciate everybody for coming out, chatting, having a good time with us as usual. I appreciate you, Manny. And we would be doing another live show here soon. I know it. So I appreciate you coming on. Good luck this weekend, everybody, and we'll see you guys here soon, man. See you guys.
Deuces.
Well, maybe I'll end it.